One of my most favorite rattlesnake species on the planet finally gets its own nice big bioactive setup. Super stoked about this. That's a big head. Lots of venom in those glands. Don't want to find out how that venom feels. Seems like we're doing good. He's targeting though. This snake is no joke. He will defend himself as much as possible to get somebody deterred, get a predator deterred. There we go. Right onto the perch. Hopefully he feels nice and comfortable. Snake review. Snake review. Snake review. Snake review. Snake review. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. Let me put down my bongo. Anyways, what's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my wildlife. We're here in the snake room, and as you can see, we've got a lot of new terrariums set up. This whole entire room is looking smoking. Let me just turn off the main light. Boom! So you guys can see how beautiful it is in here. So as you can see, the snake room is starting to come together. It's looking badass. We've got all these different terrariums. Down here we have, let me get a breath, I'm so excited. Right here we have a new green tree monitor set up for Gamora. She's getting a little too big for this enclosure, so she's gonna only be in here for a couple more months, or maybe even less, and get her into a new spot. She's doing really good. She loves her new setup, lots of dirt to dig into and hide in the substrate, lots of new places to explore. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Look at her. She's an awesome little lizard. I love green tree monitors. They're an awesome species that likes to defecate when slightly irritated, so I'll have to put her back. She's obviously a little irritated. So this is her new setup, bioactive. We've got isopods in here. We've got a beautiful bromeliad plant right here. Some plants in the back, lots of leaf litter. A hidden hide to hide under. Oh, look, isopods. They're gonna be eating the poop, the fungus, all that jazz. There we go. So let me close this up. We'll move on to the next enclosure. Right here, as you guys know from the last video, there's a new snake for the snake house. And this is what that video is about. I do have the new snakes. They're in this room right now, but we're gonna get to this enclosure last. So still guess, what do you think is gonna go in here? It's a pit viper, and it's multiple pit vipers. So try and guess what's gonna go in there. Beautiful big setup, arboreal, lots of nice leaf litter, beautiful plants, bromeliads. It's gonna look really nice with those snakes in there. And then down here, we have the gorgeous, beautiful looking eyelash vipers, which I actually have to mist down in a moment. So get a good look at these guys. We've got the yellow right here, the golden one. We have the Christmas phase in the back, and then we have another beautiful yellow one right there. So let me water these guys down, because as you know, they drink off their own bodies in the rain. So look at this yellow one right here. He's gonna start gulping down all that water. You can see him flexing his head muscles, slurping down that water. He's looking good. All of them are doing fantastic. They're eating, drinking. There's the Christmas phase right back there. With this guy over here, the other beautiful yellow eyelash viper hanging up here on this driftwood. He's drinking too. He's like, oh, that's some good stuff. Beautiful snakes. So everything in here gets a nice misting. We get all these plants nice and watered so they can grow more. Also make sure these isopods are nice and hydrated. Look in here, we have a different type of isopod. You can see them, they're orange. They're really cool looking. Okay, so let me just water these guys down just a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to close this cage up. We're going to move on because we got plenty more to look at. Come right over here. The beautiful Wagner's pit viper. This enclosure is looking awesome. She is right there in the corner, but if you look over here, notice all the little baby tears are starting to spread out and grow around. They're actually going around the legs of the Indian Buddha right here, so that's looking really cool. I'm very excited about this setup. This is the first bioactive setup I've ever done in my life. It's turning out to be pretty good. There we go. She's looking really good. Make sure everything in here is nice and there we go, the bamboo. Beautiful. Let me close this up. Go. And then if you come down here, you guys can see the South American rattlesnakes. They're actually hanging up on that log right there. We got one on that log, the fully striped one, and then the other one is on the other side of the cage behind all the leaf litter. hiding right now. So they're doing really good. They're very comfortable in this new setup. I'm gonna be feeding them in the next video. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Close it up. And then we've got the bush vipers down here. They're doing awesome. They're utilizing all their new perching spots. This enclosure is looking really cool. And I'm really excited because if I can get some nice yellow variable bush vipers and some red ones, maybe even a black or a purple one, it would be a nice variety of colors in here. For this display, these are my 2 original bush vipers. So of course, they're the first to call this place home. Make sure the plants are nice and moistened. We got mosses in here. Make sure everything gets nice and wet. There we go, there we go. Close it up right there. And then right here at the very end, this is one of the newer setups. Look at this beautiful Eurocone rattlesnake has finally got its own setup. I've got these cool little ground cover plants right here. And then if you look right back there, there's the gorgeous, beautiful looking Eurocone rattlesnake. One of my most favorite rattlesnake species on the planet finally gets its own nice big bioactive setup. Super stoked about this. Doing really good. Let me actually mist down these plants. This is a newer setup, so we want to make sure everything's hydrated. There we go. I'm not going to wet the Eurocone rattlesnake too much. I'm just going to wet the surrounding plants. Awesome. This is coming out really nice. Sweet. So, let me close this up. Now that you guys have gotten a quick update on all the new beautiful snake setups that I got going, look at that stretch. Look at all these bioactive setups. It is looking awesome in here. The guests so far are enjoying it. They're loving it here. Everyone loves this natural looking setup. Just the feel of the forest. Let me turn on this light. Okay, so right here in this box, these are the new pit vipers that are going to be going into this large bioactive setup. Let me have it open and ready. Alright, so this species is from Southeast Asia. Their venom, it's not supposed to be deadly, but there's also not a whole lot known about the venom because not a lot of people get bit by these snakes. Or at least not a lot of people get bit by these snakes in areas where it's documented and we learn more about the bites. Now that I'm looking inside this cage, I feel a little more comfortable because now I can see all 3 of the pit vipers are actually coiled up in the back. There are 3 total in here, so I want to make sure I know where everyone's at. Because the smallest of the 3 is actually the most aggressive, and I would not want to get tagged by this guy. If you were to get bit by one of these snakes, you're going to need Thai, Red Cross, Green Tree, Pit Viper anti-venom to cover for that bite, even though it's not the specific species. They are similar in that they are from the Triminosaurus family. So all those cool looking Southeast Asian Pit Viper species. These snakes were in quarantine at my buddy's place for about a month and a half. There we go. This gets out. Perfect. There we go. Look at this. These things are smoking like this. Let me see. I'm going to pull out the smallest one. This is actually the most aggressive one. I'll pull them out first. And you can see all of them look completely different in coloration, but they're all the same species. They're all flat-nosed pit vipers from Southeast Asia. Look at this. Gorgeous little snake. Seems like we're doing good. He's targeting though. This snake is no joke. He will defend himself as much as possible to get somebody deterred, get a predator deterred. There we go. Right onto the perch. Hopefully he feels nice and comfortable. We're going to move on to the next one. This is the second largest of the pit vipers in this group. Alright, we've got the next one up here. It seems like with this species, the older they get, the more docile they become. Because the younger ones are very snappy and ready to bite. But as you look at this animal's body, you can see it almost looks like a gigantic eyelash viper. It's got a huge head, semi-arboreal, and you would think with that beautiful coloration it might actually be one. But no, these guys are from Southeast Asia. Look at that. Oh, that's a big head. Lots of venom in those glands. Don't want to find out how that venom feels. So let's put this snake right into the enclosure. We're going to put this one right up here so we can start climbing around, get nice and comfy. Look at that. This is looking good. A species like this would be eating something like frogs, small rodents, skinks, out in the jungles of Southeast Asia. Look at this. Now look at this one. She's got huge venom glands, and you can see why I was saying they look like eyelash vipers. If you weren't familiar with venomous reptiles, might think this one is. Look at that. It even has like a little bit of eyelashes too. Gorgeous snake. And this one's actually pretty docile. We've soaked this animal, we've moved him around a lot, and so far from what we've seen, they are not too bad when it comes to temper. Now let me put this guy, let's see where we can put this guy. Let's put him right over here. Crawl off that. Let me get him off that loop right there. Make sure he's nice and comfortable. Look at those big heat-seeking pits. That is a beautiful snake. And this is my first time actually owning flat-nosed pit vipers, so this is going to be an interesting experience. I've got them in a nice big setup, and let's hope they do well and they feel comfortable enough to actually breed in this big setup. So, we've got these beautiful flat-nosed pit vipers in here. They're going to establish themselves in here, they're going to acclimate, they're going to do well, and then hopefully in about a week we can start feeding them. Super stoked. I had them swab tested to make sure there's no viruses or anything like that before bringing them into my main collection. So these snakes are clean, they're healthy, and hopefully in the near future they'll be breeding. So you guys can come see these snakes up close and personal here at the Everglades Outpost in my snake house. Still not sure what we're going to call this snake house. We're thinking maybe Snakes of the World, Chandler's Snakes of the World, the Snake House. Anyways, I don't know, we're trying to think of a name. So as you can see, they're all getting pretty comfortable. They're finding their own little areas, and actually, while I have them in here, I want to mist them down and make sure they're nice and hydrated. So let's get all these guys nice and misted. Comment below, what do you guys think we should name these? Because we can tell them apart perfectly. We have the smallest one right here, very chocolatey coloring. And then we got the larger one right here. It's got nice yellows with brown. And then we have the big female down there, look at her, who's solid yellow, and she's huge. She's like 2.5, 3 feet long. So comment below, what do you guys think we should name these beautiful snakes? So cool with them. Want to get a drink? She looks a little thirsty. This is so cool. There we go. Those are the new ashy palm pit vipers, also known as flat-nosed pit vipers, Trimenosaurus punsinensis, is, I believe how you pronounce. Anyways, have a fun, terrific, fantastic day, my beautiful people. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay gangster. I'll see you on the next one.